security threat is going to affect everybody because, they have to do something to the food supply.
In nanotechnology on my property, I have across both of my fields, my big and my small field, sentry towers littered throughout the fields.
That agricultural security is national security. We also believe that there exists a profound threat to agricultural security as biotechnological advancements could be leveraged to disrupt food supplies and
So we saw this, and immediately we knew we had to investigate what is DARPA about to do specifically to certain crops. First, we have to listen to the Biological Technology Office Manager to find out deeper what's going on about this, and then I dug up some more dirt on the situation.
Director of DARPA's Biological Technologies Office, or BTO. We also believe that there exists a profound threat to agricultural security as biotechnological advancements could be leveraged to disrupt food supplies and damage crops.
Damage is interesting because that's what people saw all over with their crops right after these storms, and this shows plant sickness, something biological happened.
My plants are all dead.
And now they need to launch an upgraded security system for something of the next phase in the food supply.
That's why we're launching a new initiative, AgBTO. AgBTO is focused on developing innovative solutions to defend our agricultural systems. We're looking for groundbreaking ideas in 5 key areas: early warning systems for chemical and biological threats, rapid response agricultural countermeasures, accelerated crop engineering for long-term threat resistance, integrated threat prediction and modeling, and novel methods for threat attribution.
Wait. So that's why they dropped all that stuff on everybody. And threat assessment in the crops can only come if you do something like this guy said he did.
All right, guys, I am beyond stoked right now. I have just invested in nanotechnology on my property. I have across both of my fields, my big and my small field, sentry towers littered throughout the fields, loaded up with nanobots. And these nanobots have the sole purpose of seeking and destroying whiteflies, aphids, mites, moth eggs, thrips. Once the population of any of these species reaches a certain threshold, they leave the sentry towers, seek and destroy, come back to the sentry towers. I gotta show you, it's amazing. Here it is. All right, so here's my sentry tower. This is called Mullen.
Now let's go back to the list, because in DARPA's plan right here, we need to understand what crops are they going to be doing this accelerated engineering on. And in order to do that, we need to Michael Kors is DARPA's Biological Technology Director. Searching his name up helped me connect the dots that we're looking for. We see them talking about something that connects to this just an hour ago. So now we've figured it out, and there is no other public available information on this right now. But one of the big crops that they're going to be doing this to is stated here. At University of Manchester Biotechnology, the project will focus on potatoes, a staple crop for millions of people. But what I'm about to tell you next might make you grab your potatoes that specifically look like what I'm going to talk about and throw them away. So just about a year and a half ago, they came out and said they were going to start putting human fat gene, and this will make them grow huge, disgusting.
I think I at least try to do is get the chips without all the canola oil and everything else. Just 3 things, because all the other stuff bad for your heart. And how do we know that the human fat gene in here or not, though? That's the real question. How we gotta start testing the chips now.
The other part of this investigation is who has the overly huge potatoes. I'm not just talking about you at home. I'm talking about which stores have it. And I have found who has it. And I will be very cautious of when you see them looking like this.
If you are looking for the biggest goddamn potatoes in your life, go to Costco. Huh. Look at this thing.
So how can we start testing right at home to know if human genes is inside of potatoes? We will have to have this. And we must have the specific name of the genetic code put in there. And what we have now is called FTO. And we're gonna have to start testing a lot of stuff at home. And like, tell me if you're gonna get this kit. I'm gonna get one as well. But also, I'm gonna get a microscope because what happened is shot out of my food yesterday. People say, "Oh, it's just static electricity." Well, they don't shoot like that. If it's static, only does a little bit of movement from what I was studying. Talking to somebody to get that to a lab right now. After day 2, I swear I saw these little glaring particles in it, but I need a microscope with 2000x. All right, so here's the other thing, y'all. You know how all these millions of people was being told to stay inside? Strangely enough, the military was doing a drill called. It said that the event concluded with an aircraft offload of simulated contaminated aircrew that the AFE and CBRN specialists had to respond in real time. The decon techniques participants practiced through the week enabled them to operate seamlessly when it mattered most. And we don't know if the military's brain is all there. They could be simulated bio machines by now because they do take those pills of things that have the nanotech in them. And that's the next thing here. The supplemental industry, you have to watch out for because some disturbing stuff like this has been happening.
This is going to blow your mind. Bioreactive, nanotechnology, or something else. I set my room to 99 degrees, the same as the human bodies, and these pills started reacting to the warmth and electromagnetic field of the environment like they were waking up. They began moving as if choosing a direction. But the crazy part, they didn't know whether to move towards the heat or towards me. They clustered, aligned like ants, confused but connected, guided by invisible signals. What if this tech's already inside of us? Some believe this quantum response is nanotech designed to respond to bioelectric signals. There are whispers it's already being tested on elite soldiers to enhance performance, repair tissue, even monitor psychological state. This footage was never supposed to exist. This wasn't supposed to be filmed, but I filmed it. What do you think this is?
So what could this actually be? I looked into stuff and lipid nanoparticles are something that self-assimilate and they come together, they move, and so the magnetic properties also cause them to be attracted to different bioelectrical signals. Now in this video, some people said, bro, you have a speaker on, and then he goes and says, actually, it isn't a speaker on at all. And people were just questioning, oh, did you do something? And basically, over and over again, he tells them that he didn't do anything. Now, I don't know 100% if he did or not, but I do know though for a fact that this stuff is real. And the more we all start to see it, the more we kind of like don't want to believe it because we've researched it so long, but it shatters our reality. It shatters the whole narrative of the protection and safeguard that we thought we had. But until we can shatter that all and really go deeper into this, start investigating, start being a family, doing this together, then we become more powerful. All right, listen up to me closely, family. Whether you're new here, whether you've been here forever, I've saw now a pathway that is going to hit our future from now all the way to 2032. And it started with what they actually just hours ago, I've caught them doing this. So this is interesting because this is where the huge up funding is going to go. anthrax, smallpox, botulism. We'll have to look into that, whatever it is, radiation, and it says, and others. It goes into hospitals, ambulatory care centers, research organization, military, and others. So this is where the big biodefense expansion is going to be reaching into. If you look below, you can see every nation will be affected. All right, we got to look into this botulism stuff. What in the heck is this? That really reminds me of the freaking all of those spore stuff, the stuff dropping from the fog, and people saying in their yard they're seeing these sporish looking bacteria, man. So it could literally be deployed through that stuff. If any of y'all have any of that in your yard or something like that, get a sample of it, send it off for testing for sure. And if you don't know what to do, just comment in the comment section. We'll talk about all of it. Everybody, let's get active here about this stuff going on. This is our world. This is our life. Since all this happened, I'm going to tell you, local farms who are making milk, making orange juice is very important right now because they're going to be messing with the supply chain, different sectors of the food. Certain illnesses might be happening through that. And you might think like, whoa, wait a minute, like, why am I so sick? But it's like the daily stuff you could be eating on top of the stuff dropping from the atmosphere. So we're going to be analyzing, God, calm down. We're going to be analyzing what's going on here in the next couple of weeks, months, days, and getting equipment to try to better inform all of us on what's going on. If you want to help with that, listen, they're trying their best to hide this from everybody, because we're exposing them. All the corruption is coming out now, but we're also becoming organized as a community. This is power. You need to see this